Let's find our comfortable seat with a blanket or pillow or something underneath your hips to help support you. And we'll begin with rubbing the palms of our hands together, bringing focus and energy into the palms. And then take the fingertips and gently brush them across the forehead, temples, and cheeks, brushing away any worries or expectations. And then bring the fingertips to the eyes, palms to the cheeks, turning your attention inward. And take a couple of deep cleansing breaths. When you're ready, you can float your hands down, either keeping your eyes closed or gazing softly downward. Extend your spine up tall, shoulders back and down. Lift your heart with each inhaling breath. Sitting bones sinking toward the earth with each exhale. We'll tune in with 3 ohms. Feel free to join in or just absorb the vibrations. Take another deep breath in. Take a moment to absorb the vibrations of the mantra as it connects us all as one. Allow yourself to settle here this Saturday morning and set an intention for your practice, something you'd like to nurture or cultivate within yourself. Bringing your awareness to the breath. Allow each inhale to bring you here, to this room, to this moment. Allow each exhale to release anything not needed for your practice today. As you come to your next inhaling breath, allow the belly to soften and expand. And as you exhale, draw the belly toward the back. Follow your body's rhythm, expanding on the inhale, contracting on the exhale. With your next inhaling breath, expand the belly and open the ribs, reaching them out to the sides. And as you exhale, contract the belly and relax the ribs. Follow your body's rhythm. With your next inhaling breath, expand the belly, open the ribs, and lift the chest, creating space for your heart. And as you exhale, contract, relax, and lower. Continue this full deep breath, expanding your lungs in all directions with each inhale. Completely releasing the breath with each exhale. If you'd like, you can envision drawing energy up from the sitting bones through the earth, drawing it up the spine all the way up to the crown of the head, and releasing with the exhale, clearing out all the chakras, letting go of anything not needed, releasing it down through the sitting bones into the earth. Take one more full, complete breath. And when you reach the end of your exhale, gently return to your natural breath. Noticing any changes you feel in your mind or body, remembering that our breath is always with us to help find those moments of peace and calm. Bringing your awareness to your right hand, allow the tips of the thumb and pointer finger to come together and bring those fingertips to your heart center, turning your attention deeper inward toward your heart, looking within for your inner light and your inner joy. As you find that connection with the light within you, allow its warm glow to flow on the breath throughout your entire body. As you find that connection with your inner joy, allow it to radiate up onto your face in a smile. And breathe it out into the space around you. As we continue our practice, allow your light and joy to flow through each breath and movement, honoring all that you are in each moment. When you're ready, you can float your hand down, gently open your eyes. You can switch your legs or change positions if that feels good for your body right now. And then as you come to your next inhaling breath, let's scrunch the shoulders up by our ears. Exhale, press the shoulders back and down. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, back and down. We'll bring the hands in front of the chest, palms facing down, tucking those shoulder blades back and down, lengthening through the neck, strengthening the muscles around the scapula. Then we'll press the elbows back toward each other, lifting the heart, gently squeezing the center of the shoulder blades toward each other, wringing out any tension. Opening the arms wide, we'll turn the palms up, draw the lower corners of the shoulder blades toward each other. Lift the heart a little more if that feels okay. And then listening to your body, if it feels right, you can flex the wrists, pressing through the palms. Breathe into the heart. Soften any tightness or tension. Open to your own spirit. And then let's bring the arms in front, crossing the right over the left. We'll bend at the elbows, hands back to back, or left hand around the right wrist, or hands at the shoulders. Elbows up to shoulder height, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Gently squeeze the arms together or push the elbows away, breathing into the upper back. Allow the jaw to soften. Chin gently tucks toward the throat to lengthen the back of the neck. If it feels okay, you can begin lowering and lifting the elbows, extending that stretch around the shoulders. And with your next inhale, lift the elbows a little higher, gently arching. And as you exhale, round the spine, drop the chin, being careful of the low back. Allow the weight of the arms to open the upper back a little more. Breathing into the back of the heart. With your next inhale, come back to center. Unwrap the arms open wide, pressing through the palms, lifting the heart, gently squeezing the lower corners of the shoulder blades down toward each other. And then we'll bring the arms in front, crossing the left over the right. Bending at the elbows, hands back to back, or right hand around the left wrist, or hands at the shoulders. Lifting the elbows up to shoulder height, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Soften the jaw, lengthen the back of the neck. Squeezing the arms together or pressing the elbows away, breathe into the upper back. Softening any hardness in the upper back, any protection that you've placed there. Just allowing it to soften for this moment. And if it feels okay, you can begin to lower and lift the elbows. With your next inhaling breath, lifting the elbows a little higher, gently arching if that feels okay. And as you exhale, round, dropping the chin, rounding the spine, being careful of the low back. Breathing into the upper back. And with your next inhale, come back to center. Unwrapping the arms, we'll stretch them out to the sides. Let's make some circles with our wrists. And reverse the circles. And let's bring the right arm across the body, placing the left hand on the outside of the upper arm. Spreading the fingers wide, just stretching gently across. And if it feels okay for your neck, you could turn your chin over the right shoulder. Inhaling back to the center, we'll slide the hand to the elbow, lift the right arm up by the ear, and then gently drop the hand, patting ourselves on the back gently. You can stay here, or if it feels okay, gently pulling that right arm behind the head, stretching a little more through the inner shoulder, the armpit. And then we'll bring the arms back out again. Bring the left arm across the body, right hand comes to the outside of the upper arm. Gently stretching that left arm across the body. Spread the fingers wide. Actively reaching across, and if it feels okay with your next exhale, turn your chin over your left shoulder and hold and breathe. And with your next inhale, come back to the center. We'll slide the hand to the elbow, lifting the left arm up by the ear, dropping the left hand to pat on the back. And then if it feels okay, gently pulling that left arm behind the head. And then we'll release. Let's bring the hands to the shoulders, and we'll just make some big circles. And reverse the circles. And we'll bring our hands to the heart, interlacing the fingers, pressing the palms out in front. Roll the shoulders forward, round the spine, drop the chin. With your next inhale, lift the palms up over the head, gently arching. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. This time as you exhale, leave the palms up and gently drop the chin toward the chest. Soften the elbows and roll the shoulder blades back toward each other, gently squeezing the upper corners of the shoulder blades together, bringing out any tension across the shoulders and into the neck. Soften the jaw and release the back of the neck a little more if that feels okay. And listening to your shoulders and elbows, if it feels all right, you can press the palms up a little higher. With your next inhale, lift the chin. And as you exhale, float the hands down. Let's bring the left knee to the right, sitting on our right hip. You can have the knees together or gently spread the knees a little further apart. And if you need a blanket or something underneath the knee or shifting in some way for support, please add that. And we'll interlace the hands behind the head. Deep breath in, lifting the spine. And as you exhale, left elbow reaches toward the ankles. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lift. And exhale, reach. Hold and breathe, dropping that the right hip toward the mat, lifting the right elbow up toward the sky, breathing into the side of the body. And with your next inhale, lifting up tall. Exhale, release the hands, left hand to the right knee, right hand behind the right hip. Lift the heart with your inhale. Gently twist toward the left with your exhale. Hold and breathe, lifting and twisting with the breath. And with your next inhale, come back to the center. Let's spread that legs a little wider, pressing the left knee kind of a little more out to the side. And we'll just walk our hands forward a little, coming onto forearms if that feels okay. If you'd like, you could lift the elbows, rest on the elbows and rest your chin in the hands, or you could also drop the head down. And just take a moment to soften through any tension. And we'll walk our hands back to the center, lifting the spine tall, and let's switch our legs. So feet will be to the right, knees will be to the left. Again, wherever you need support to help you feel balance under the hips or knees. And having either the knees closer together or further apart. Again, whatever feels right for your body. Might feel different one side to the other. Let's inhale the hands and interlace them behind the head, lifting the spine tall. With the exhale, bring the right elbows toward the ankles. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Hold and breathe, dropping that left hip toward the mat, reaching up through the left elbow as you breathe into the side of the body. Chin lifts gently away from the chest. You can push your head into the hands if that feels comfortable. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. Exhale, floating the hands down, right hand to the left knee, left hand behind the left hip. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, twist toward the left. Hold and breathe, lifting and twisting with the breath. And with your next inhale, come back to the center. We'll spread that right knee out to the side again. Place the hands in front, gently lowering down as far as feels okay, coming onto forearms if that works. Again, you can either drop the head here or come onto the elbows and rest the head in the hands or even on fists. Breathing into the hips and low back and gently letting go. Let's walk or come back onto our hands and walk the hands back toward the torso. And let's extend our legs out in front of us. Bringing the feet down toward the end of the mat. We'll flex the feet, toes pointing up toward the sky. Spine is nice and long. Shoulders back and down. Hands can rest on the legs or floor, or can be a little bit behind the hips to help lift the spine. Engaging the quadriceps, drawing the kneecaps up. Gently lift the heels off the floor if that feels all right. Or do one leg and then the other. Really focusing on engaging the inner and outer quads equally, so the knees and the toes point up toward the sky. Reaching away through the heels, lifting up through the crown of the head. And with your next exhale, let's soften the legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, gently fold over, hands resting on the legs, floor, or feet. Lengthening through the spine, softening through the low back and the back of the legs. Follow your breath, lengthening and softening. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. We'll place the hands behind the hips, bending those elbows. Can work with inclined plane, keeping the feet together, lifting the hips high. Or if it feels better today to work with a reverse table, bending the knees, feet hip width apart, and lifting the hips here. So from either position, with your next inhale, lift the hips high, elbows stay soft. As you come to your exhale, slowly lower down, hovering if that feels okay. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Excuse me. Inhale, lift. Hold and breathe if that feels okay. Elbows soft, hips pressing high, feet rooted into the floor. Head extends out from the spine, making sure not to drop the head onto the shoulders. And with your next exhale, lower down. And we'll shake out those wrists. Then rounding the spine, dropping the chin, we'll gently roll the rest of the way back. Extending the legs out, tucking the shoulders back and down. Gently scan up the body, noticing any parts that feel tired, achy, or sore. Honoring yourself and your body by listening to its messages. Pushing yourself to your edge, but not beyond it. And remembering that each time you do yoga, your body is a little bit different. Let's bend the right leg, floating the hands to the knee, drawing it in toward the chest. Lengthen through the neck, soften around the hip. Keeping the left hand on the knee, allow the right arm to fall out to the side, palm facing down or bending at the elbow. As you exhale, gently twist over the body. Left hip, right hip comes off of the floor. Foot comes across toward the floor. Vision toward the left arm as much as feels okay for your neck. Release the muscles around the hip. Ease the spine into the twist. With your next inhale, come back to the center. Extending the leg up toward the sky, take hold behind the hamstrings, calf, or ankle. As you exhale, toes reach toward the ceiling. Inhale, flexing, pressing through the heel. Follow your breath, releasing the front and the back of the leg. Now begin to make slow, gentle circles with your ankle, stretching your foot as far as it can go in each direction. And reverse the circles. Reaching through the heel. Draw the belly muscles down toward the back and draw the leg toward the torso just as far as feels okay. Stay here, or if it feels okay with your exhaling breath, lift the head and chest toward the leg. Inhale, lower the head and chest. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Hold and breathe if that feels okay, or continue coming up and down. Nice long neck, belly is strong, reaching through the heel. You could stay here or flex the left foot, lifting it gently off the floor. And you can stay here or release the arms if that feels okay. Gently lowering the left leg. With your inhale, lower the head and chest. And as you exhale, slowly lower the right leg. Once you reach the floor, take a deep breath in and out. Bending the left knee, floating the hands to the knee, tucking the shoulders under, softening around the hip. Keeping the right hand on the knee, left arm falls out to the side, palm facing down, or bending at the elbow. And as you come to your exhale, twist across the right side of the body. Left hip comes off of the mat, foot comes across toward the floor. Vision toward the left arm as much as feels okay for your neck. Release the muscles around your hip. Ease the spine into the twist. With your next inhale, come back to center. And extend the leg up toward the sky, taking hold behind the hamstrings, calf, or ankle. As you exhale, toes reach toward the ceiling. Inhale, flexing, pressing through the heel. Follow your breath. Now begin to make slow, gentle circles with your ankle, Stretching your foot as far as it can go in each direction. And reverse the circles. Then reaching through the heel, draw the belly muscles down toward the back. Stay here, or if it feels okay with your next exhaling breath, lift the head and chest toward the leg. Inhale, lower the head and chest. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Hold and breathe if that feels okay, or continue coming up and down, reaching through the heel, belly strong, neck is nice and long. You can stay here, or if it feels okay, flex the right foot, gently lifting it off the floor. And then releasing the arms if that feels all right. Gently lowering the right leg. Inhale, lowering the head and chest. Exhale, slowly lowering the left leg. Once you reach the floor, take a deep breath in and out, tucking the shoulders under and letting go gently. Let's bend the knees, placing the feet on the floor, and then crossing the right ankle over the left thigh. Gently press the right knee out to the side with the right hand if that feels okay. Or lift the left foot off the floor, taking hold behind the hamstrings or over the top of the shin. Gently flexing the right foot as you draw the left knee toward the body, lengthening through the neck, softening around the right hip. And we'll gently release, bringing the right foot to the floor, left ankle crosses over the right thigh. Can gently press the left leg out with the left hand if that feels okay. Or lift the right foot off the floor, taking hold behind the hamstrings or over the top of the shin. Gently flexing the left foot as you draw the right knee toward the body. Lengthen through the neck, breathing into the hip. And gently release. Let's bring both knees over the torso, gently hugging them in, Apanasana, breathing into the low belly. Then from here you can either roll to your side, pressing up with your hands, or slip your hands behind the knees, kicking the feet over the head, and gently rocking up. Let's come forward onto our hands and knees. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Soften the elbows Head extends out from the spine. Shoulder blades tuck down the back. Belly draws up toward the back. Take a deep breath in and out. With your next inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the spine, lift the heart. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the spine and drop the chin. Inhale, lifting, spine follows. Exhale, rounding. Follow your breath. And with your next inhale, come back to table pose. Let's bring the knees together. We'll soften the elbows and we're going to drop the hips to the right, stretching those outer hips. Back to the center and dropping to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. And exhale, left. Coming back to the center. Let's walk our hands forward and come down onto our bellies. And let's extend the arms out in front of us. You can bring your chin or forehead to the mat. And just take a moment to soften, letting your body feel connected to the earth, breathing in the energy from the earth. And gently lifting the head. We're going to use opposite arms and legs. So with your next inhale, we'll lift the right arm and left leg, lifting the heart along with it. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, lower. Let's do once more on each side, following your breath. And then with our next inhale, we'll lift both legs and both arms, unless that feels like too much for your low back today, and then continue doing the alternating. So take a breath in and out, pressing the pelvic bone down into the mat. And with your next inhale, lifting the arms and legs. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And once more, lift. And if it feels okay, you could hold and breathe. If you're alternating, you can hold on each side for a couple of breaths if you'd like. And if your body is feeling tired today, you can go ahead and rest. Listen to what you need. And with your next exhaling breath, let's lower down. Take a breath in and out. And let's bring our hands underneath the shoulders. Pressing the hips up. We'll stop in table pose and just do some little baby cat-cows with the pelvis, softening those muscles after they were working there. And then you can either come down all the way into child's pose or coming into reclined puppy. Whatever feels best for your body and your knees, especially today. Finding a place where your forehead can rest on the mat or on stacked fists or even on a block or cushion if that feels more comfortable. Breathing into the spine, creating space between the vertebrae. Releasing the weight of the body to the earth. Bring the hands under the shoulders, rolling the spine up. And then we can tuck the toes under. If it feels okay, you could sit back onto the heels. You could stay in kneeling, or you could have the hands on the mat as you press back. Just stretching the bottom of the soles of the feet for a moment. In all those winter shoes, they get kind of tight, and it's good to give them a nice little stretch. And then when you're ready, you can press the feet into the floor, coming into Uttanasana, forward bend. Softening the knees. You can place a block under the hands if that feels supportive. Dropping the head as much as feels okay. And gently shake the head a little side to side, making sure those muscles are releasing. Pushing into both feet as you lift up through the sitting bones, but keeping the knees soft. And envision the sitting bones sort of spreading up and out. Our hamstrings connect to the sitting bones and hold a lot of tension right there at the connection often. Let's soften the knees. Inhale, sweeping the arms out and up, and then hands to the heart. Let's work with eagle as a balance pose today. So if you would like to use the wall for support, you'll want to be a few inches away from the wall so that when you bend your knees, that you'll sit back and hit the wall there as support. So finding our mountain pose, feet hip width apart, spine tall, shoulders back and down, belly strong, knees soft, lifting the toes and spreading them wide as we lower them down. Let's shift the weight to the left leg, engaging those quadriceps. Come up onto the big toe of the right foot. Arms out to the side for balance. We'll hinge at the hips and the knees. So bending both of those. And then if it feels okay, you can wrap that right leg over the left. So it can be in the air, on the floor, or wrapped around the calf. Using that focus spot to help with the balance. And if it feels okay, you could add the eagle arms like we did earlier, right over the left, bending at the elbows, hands back to back, left hand around the right wrist or hands at the shoulders. Soften the shoulders down away from the ears, gently squeezing the arms and legs together. And if it feels okay, you could sit back a little more in the hips, but be careful with the knee, not going too far. And when you're ready, gently open those wings and bring your leg back around. We'll shake out that left leg. And then find our balance on both feet again. Spine tall, shoulders back and down, belly strong, knees soft. Lift the toes, spread them wide as you lower them down. Shifting our weight to the right leg, coming up to the big toe of the left, bending the knees and hinging at the hips, arms out to the side for balance. Using our focus spot, stay here or lift the left leg, cross it over the right. So it can be in the air, on the floor, or wrapped around the calf. And then if you'd like, you can add those eagle arms, this time left over the right, bending at the elbows, hands back to back, or right hand around the left wrist, or hands at the shoulders. So listening to your body, doing what feels right in this moment. If it feels okay, you could sit back a little more with those hips and definitely drop the shoulders down the back. And then releasing the legs and the arms, taking them out. Let's spread our legs a little bit wide and we'll do a floppy twist. Just letting those arms twist from side to side. All right. Let's keep our legs wide, and we can spread them a little wider if that feels comfortable. Then we're going to take the right foot and point it toward the short end of the mat. Left heel will drop back. We'll inhale the arms out at shoulder height. Let's start with Trikonasana. We're going to press the left hip toward the back end of the mat. Right arm reaches toward the front end of the mat. Dropping the arm alongside the leg. Left hand can come to the low back or up toward the sky. Pressing into both feet. Rotate the ribs to face the wall in front of you. Lengthen through the hamstrings of the left leg. Lengthen through the spine. Remember to keep breathing. With your next inhale, we'll push into the feet, lift up tall. Exhale, let's bend the front leg, that right leg, forearm to the thigh. Sweep the left arm down and out, reaching across. Lengthening along the side of the body. Pushing actively into both feet. You can stay here, or if it feels okay, you could drop that right hand down towards the right foot on the floor or a block. Continuing to reach through the left arm. And if it feels okay, you could bring that left arm then to the low back and then wrap the right arm underneath, engaging in the bind. So finding which position feels challenging but not into pain. And move there. We'll release the hands. Sweep that left arm across and lift up tall, floating the hands down. We'll switch our feet. Left foot toward the short end of the mat. Right heel drops back at a 45-degree angle. Inhale the arms out at shoulder height. Exhale, right hip presses toward the back of the mat. Left arm reaches across toward the front of the mat. Then floating the hand down. Right arm comes to the low back or floats up out of the shoulder. Rotating the ribs to face the wall. Press actively into both feet. Lengthen through the spine. If you notice your torso turning to face the floor, go ahead and lift up a little more so that it can face the wall. And with your next inhale, push into the feet and lift up tall. Exhale, bending the left knee, bringing the forearm to the thigh. We'll sweep the right arm down and out toward the short end of the mat, reaching through the fingers, lengthening through the right side of the body. Stay here, or if it feels okay, you can bring that left hand down toward the floor or onto a block. You can stay here or sweep that right arm to the low back. And then if you would like, you can work that left arm underneath, engaging in the bind. Finding what feels good for you right now. And then releasing the hands, we'll sweep the right arm across the floor, lifting up tall and floating the hands down. Bring both feet to face the long end of the mat. We'll interlace the fingers. Inhale the arms up over the head. As you exhale, we're going to turn toward the right leg and fold over the leg, sweeping across to the center and then the left, and then sweeping the arms up. Exhale, fold to the right, sweeping across. Inhale from the left. Exhale, fold, sweep, and lift. This time we'll switch directions, exhaling over the left leg, sweeping across and up toward the center. Exhale to the left. Inhale from the right. Once more on this side. And with your next exhale, we'll swan dive, hips out behind us, and bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Softening the knees, pressing into the floor with the feet. Lift up gently through the sitting bones without locking the knees. Lengthen the spine. Let's bend the right knee and we'll shift our weight to that right foot, bringing the hands a little bit that direction, working on a side lunge. And coming back to the center, bringing the hands to the left, shifting the weight to the left, pushing into the left foot, side lunge on this side. Coming back to the center, let's bring the feet closer toward each other, stopping just outside of hip width apart. If you'd like to use a block, go ahead and place that in the center behind the heels. We'll bend the knees, drop the hips, and bring the hands to the heart. You can stay here in a high Malasana squat. You could lower the hips to the block or by the heels. Or you could come all the way to the floor, walking the feet a little further out and working on opening the hips here. So find the version that feels right for your body today. Long spine, shoulders tuck. Breathing into the hips. And with your next inhale, we'll lift up and exhale, lower the rest of the way down, meeting together and cross-legged. Actually, I'm going to change that and have us meet in Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. So we'll do a little bit of balancing leg stretch, so balancing angle. So you can take hold of the arches of the feet You could take hold of the toes if that feels better, or you can also take hold behind the knees for this pose. So we'll balance on the tailbone and the toes, making sure that it's clear behind you, which it isn't for me, so I'm going to scoot forward a little more in case you tip backwards. Um, so we'll inhale, extending the right leg just as far as feels okay. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, extend the left leg. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, draw the belly muscles toward the back and lift both legs, extending just as far as feels okay. Exhale, lower. Again, inhale right. Again, hand placement wherever it works for you. Exhale down. Inhale, extend the left. Exhale down. Inhale both legs if that feels okay, engaging those belly muscles. And lower down. And let's do once more each side, following your breath. And if it feels okay, you could hold for a couple of breaths here on this last full extension of both legs. If that doesn't feel okay, you can kind of come in and out, or you can go ahead and rest. We'll lower those feet down and come back into Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, taking hold at the toes or the ankles. Lengthening the spine tall. We'll press into the feet, engaging those inner groin muscles. And then release, engaging the outer hip muscles to draw the knees down just a little more. Lifting the heart. You can stay here, or if it feels okay, hinging at the hips, leading with the heart, extending out over the feet. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. We'll bring the knees together, gently hugging them in, rounding the spine, dropping the chin. Take a couple of breaths here. And then we'll come back to cross-legged. Extending the spine up tall, shoulders back and down. With your inhale, lift through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, drop the right ear over the right shoulder. Tuck the right shoulder back and down, breathing into the left side of the neck. If it feels okay, you could extend that left arm out and then wrap it around the low back, dropping that left shoulder down. If it feels okay, you could reach the right arm out to the side, bending the elbow and resting the right hand on the left ear. Lifting the heart, softening and releasing through the left side of the neck. With your next inhale, release both hands and bring the head back to the center, letting the breath go. And we'll inhale, lengthening through the crown of the head. Exhale, left ear drops over the left shoulder. Left shoulder tucks back and down. Breathing into the right side of the neck. If it feels okay, you can extend the right arm out and then wrap it across the low back. Dropping that right shoulder down. You can stay here or extend the left arm out, bending the elbow and resting the left hand on the right ear. Heart is lifted as we soften and release through the right side of the neck. With your next inhale, releasing the hands, head comes back to center, and then floating the hands down. Take a deep breath in. Let's drop the chin toward the chest. Your next inhale, sweep the chin toward the right shoulder. Exhale to the center. Inhale, sweep the chin toward the left shoulder. Exhale, center. Inhale, sweeping to the right. Exhale, center. Now sweeping to the left. Exhale, center. Let's do once more on each side, following your breath. And with your next inhale, we'll lift back up tall, letting the breath go. We'll bend the knees in front of us, coming to the center of the mat. If you want to go ahead and put your socks back on now, you're welcome to do that. Getting the feet warm. When you're ready, gently rounding the spine, dropping the chin, and rolling back onto the mat. We'll lift the feet up toward the sky, rocking the hands or a block underneath the hips. Ankles and knees are relaxed. Release the shoulders and breathe into the belly. Bend the knees, rock the hands out from under the hips, hugging the knees into the chest. You can rock a little from side to side, massaging the low back. If you'd like, you can make small circles with the knees, bringing them in and out. And if you're making circles, go ahead and reverse those. And coming back to the center, we'll drop the arms out to the side, palms facing down, knees together, dropping them to the right, vision to the left. Soften through the spine. With your next inhale, come back to the center. Exhale to the left, vision to the right. And with your next inhale, come back to center. We'll lower the feet down. Can either walk the feet to the edges of the mat, resting the knees together, or extend the legs out into Shavasana. You can also add a bolster underneath your knees if you would like. And be sure to cover up a little bit to keep the warmth in your body. If your legs are extended, you can have the feet about hip width apart. Arms slightly away from your body with your palms turned up. Relax your forehead. Soften your eyes. Loosen your jaw. Gently bring your awareness back to the breath. Allowing each inhale to fill you with a sense of peace and calm. Allowing each exhale to release anything that no longer serves you. Let the breath bring you back to your heart center, reconnecting with the light and joy that always reside deep within your heart. Let each breath fill your heart with loving kindness for yourself. Sending out loving kindness to each and every cell of your body. Honoring all of who you are in each moment. If you would like to receive Reiki through the rest of the Shavasana practice, please open yourself to receive it now. Gently begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch in whatever way feels comfortable for you. When you're ready, you can gently bend your knees, roll to your side, and rest there for a moment. And then gently return to a seated position. We'll end with a metta blessing of loving kindness. Please feel free to join in. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings have peace. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. The light in me honors the light in you. Om Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. For our world, for our communities, and for ourselves. Thank you all so much for taking time for yourselves today. Just a reminder